Hello my friends, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, November 2nd, 2021. This is Jennifer. We're outside today just to take advantage of the lovely cool weather. It's cool for me, probably not that cool for you guys. Let's see what the temperature is. 66 degrees. That's cool for me. Halloween was amazing and it was so good for my soul, guys. I haven't dressed up in so long and my husband and I really went all out. We decorated the house. I put chalk in the driveway for the neighbor kids to draw on the driveway, and they did. And I did not tell you guys this beforehand, but I upgraded my bubble machine to basically a professional bubble machine. It's like a DJ's bubble machine, and it is phenomenal. It puts out so many bubbles, and we had people crossing the street just to like take pictures with bubbles and play in the bubbles, and it was awesome. So we had our cauldron out, my husband put a fog machine out, we had lights out, it was amazing. I pulled out my dress from, I think it was 2016, it was my husband's holiday party at work. When they have them, the last one was virtual, this one's gonna be virtual. They are big ballroom costume parties. So this particular party was a Venetian masquerade party, and that is the dress that I put together for this. I'll try to find a link to the video where I shared that. I'm sure I did. It was a black dress that I found at a thrift store, and I added all the embellishments. I added the tapestried fabric down the front. I added all the trim. So if you guys remember that when I started, the dress that I wore was a solid black dress. It had a velvet bodice. It had giant bows on the shoulder. It had a belted waist. It had giant poofy sleeves that poofed from like the shoulder all the way down to the elbow. I did cut the front out. I think I showed you guys the bodice last week. I got this part sewed in. I put trim all over this. So that trim goes all the way down the sides and it goes all the way around the bottoms. Anyway, so I made that dress, or, you know, altered that dress for that particular party, and literally Sunday morning was trying to think of what I was going to dress up as because I hadn't really had enough spoons to put any creative thought towards it. I found the dress. I was like, you know what, I have a lot of witches hats. So I pulled out one of my Hogwarts hats. I was wearing it backwards. The Hogwarts crest was on the back, and I went through my jewelry drawers, which, guys, having my jewelry organized helps so much. I had on half of my necklaces. I wore all of my owls. I was wearing all my owl necklaces. I had owls pinned on my hat, pinned on my waist, owls everywhere. Had a great time. Scared some of the younger trick-or-treaters, so I did have to like sort of talk to them and tell them, you know, that this is just makeup and I'm not really scary. Ironically, my very first trick-or-treater was a tiny Dorothy Gale. And then the Wicked Witch opens the front door and she almost ran away. Her parents were with her and they managed to convince her that I was just a pretend witch, like she was a pretend Dorothy. So it worked out okay, but it was a really good time. I had a blast. We gave out loads of candy. I had trick-or-treaters from like 5:30, 5:45 in the evening until like 9:30. And it was great. I needed it. It was the first time I've dressed up for Halloween since 2018. It was a blast. It was just... it was good. It was soul cleansing. So, crafts. I did end up embroidering on some of my towels that I told you guys about, and I think I have them backwards, so that's not very helpful. So these are just kitchen towels, and these are all OESD designs because I had bought a couple of their Halloween packs on sale, and these came out so much better than the other towels, and it's the towel quality. The towel quality I had before, after I washed them, like the hems were coming out and the loops were coming out, and they were just garbagey towels. These were Amazon basic kitchen towels, and they worked great. Also, they have this little feature, which I like a lot. The other crafty thing I did happened on a whim. I've been thinking about adding a zipper to my drawstring backpack. I wear a backpack because I have, as you guys know, some RSI in my shoulder, and I found that wearing a crossbody, I can't wear it this way. It just doesn't feel right, and so it puts too much pressure on my shoulder. So I switched to a backpack in the summer, and it's really, really helped. But it was a drawstring backpack, and I was really bad about not closing it properly. The grommet had sort of popped out. There was a little grommet in the hole where the strings came out, and just it just wasn't really working for me. So I needed to repair the strap. One of the straps was coming off. So I was already taking a seam out up here. So I repaired the strap, and then I added this zipper. So this part, this little part right here, that was where the drawstring was. So it used to drawstring here. I put a little flour, just sort of rough applique over the hole where the grommet used to be. This was the drawstring, and this was the little tab on the drawstring. I'm so much happier with this bag this way. I bought this for vacation over the summer, and it's been fantastic, except for the drawstring. So I love it even more now. The other semi-crafty thing I did was assemble some cat furniture. You can see behind me right there, that is a CatSolarium. I got that from a seller who makes them on Etsy. It is handmade, probably cut on a CNC, something like that, but it comes mostly assembled. It's already painted. It has really clear instructions on the website as to how to put it together. It's got a screen on the outside that's actually velcroed in place. There's plexiglass on the top so that they get sun from the top, and on the inside there's a cat door so that like right now I have the cat door propped open because the weather's lovely, but when it's really hot or really cold you want to close the cat door. And I also got a weather insert, which is plexiglass. It's two pieces that are joined in the center, and you just bend it in and it pops out and it holds itself in place so that if it's raining or it's really cold or really, you know, what, probably not really hot, but whatever, you can protect the inside of the CatSolarium from the weather. So you could purchase a custom-made cushion to go with this, but of course I had to make one because I don't need to buy a custom-made cushion. I don't have the skills to make this, but I definitely have the skills to make that. So after spending an entire day trying to remember what happened to the fabric that I used to make a cat perch with, I finally remembered. I found it, and I did make a cushion for the CatSolarium, and I'm going to show it to you guys. I'm going to steal it from the kitties for a little bit. Oh, look, there's one now. There's Dipper. So this is the little cushion. It's got some catnip on it, and all it is like this sort of Sherpa fleece with, this was some Moda that I got from Austin Creative Reuse. You can actually see it seamed in the middle because it wasn't quite big enough. Literally just traced the bottom of the CatSolarium and used it as is, because with a 1/2-inch seam allowance, that made it fit inside. It's perfect. I do have a non-slip pad in the base of the CatSolarium so that it won't slide around while they're on it, because, you know, this is just fabric on the back. I did it this way so it would be washable. The inside seams are serged with the exception of where I sewed it closed by hand. So this was my other little tiny crafty thing for the week. My brain is sort of shifting gears now. As you guys know, Sarah's getting her own place soon, so thinking about, like, she's been packing, and I've been kind of going around the house looking for things that belong to her to kind of get them all in one place so they'll be ready when she heads out. And that's kind of where my head is right now. I'm mentally preparing for a huge DIY project, getting back in my sewing room and all of that stuff, which as I work on that, I will definitely share that with you guys. You guys have a very wonderful week. Have a crafty week. Please enjoy this video of my house on Halloween, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.